I'm here with Nick Arrojo. He needs no introduction. Nick, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. You started as a hairdresser at 16. Tell us about your beginning.
I needed a job straight out of school, and I thought hairdressing would be a great place to meet people and have fun, and I didn't realize that I was going to fall in love with it straight away, but literally within the first few months of me being a hairdresser, I said, you know what, if this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So I managed to find a great place to train me, which was Vidal Sassoon, and that was a great place to help shape me for the first 10 years of my life.
The typical goal of a hairdresser is to become busy.
Yep.
Then maybe open their own salon. You've obviously done that in spades. What drives you to take it further and become involved in the full spectrum of the beauty industry?
I just had thankfully, I had the ability to be able to keep pushing further ahead with my dreams. You know, I never planned on all of this. When I came to America, I had a very good job. And then once I realized that maybe it was time for me to do my own thing, I thought I was young enough to give it a shot. So when I had, I had a partnership business, and now, 20 plus years later, being able to have products and schools and salons, it's just been one hell of a journey. And I'm a firm believer that, if you can visualize what you want, then you can actually work towards it and make it happen. And I've been very fortunate I've been able to do that. Also, having a product line, being a manufacturer, gives me a different perspective on our industry, which is exciting. I've got to sell shampoo, I may as well try and sell my own.
Right.
And, the school business is exciting because I get to touch, I've got some young people starting in 10 days. I'm really excited to see them learning how to do hair. And it's great when I see young people coming in and thinking about becoming a hairdresser. So I'm very fortunate and blessed.
That's great. You're clearly passionate about education. How are your cosmetology schools different than, say, the soul-sucking experience I may or may not have had 15 years ago?
Well, I think that what we try to do at our school is we just try to make it as modern and friendly and real as possible. Yeah. Obviously, we have a lot of salons are attached to the school. Okay. So hairdressers are very much involved in the school, and our school teachers, get a lot of education. And then I teach in the school, but also we have guest hairdressers go in and teach in the school. So we try to make it as fun and informative as possible, but no bones about it. At the end of the day, we're teaching the same stuff that you learn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're teaching people the fundamentals so they can get their license, and once they get their license, then they can get a job. We try to give them a bit more of an Arrojo-ified experience, which is, I think being in New York makes it different, and bringing that New York flair helps to give it a different spin.
Sure. You said in an interview that the best hairdresser starts off as the best sweeper, the best mirror cleaner, the best comber. So what are your thoughts on apprenticeships?
Well, I think I'm changing the apprenticeship right now. I think when you come out of school, I think people want to, we're in a me now generation, and I recognize that. I do think people need to train, but I also think people need to get the experience on how to do hair. When you're at school, you take clients. When you take clients at school, it puts you behind the chair and it gives you that life learning. I found that if I get my young hairdressers that work for me, if I give them a day on the floor really quickly, it means that I can see, and they can see what it feels like to book clients. And if you can't book clients, then you'll know that maybe it's going to be a tough career for you. So apprenticeships are good because you've got to get trained, but I think that I'm still in my apprenticeship.
Right.
I'm still learning, and you're constantly learning all the time.
What was the catalyst that made you want to develop business classes?
I think that the industry is kind of run on a lot of old things. We always talk about pre-booking, we talk about retail percentage to service, certain things that I don't really fully believe in. I don't think they're bad, but I'm trying to create new things because I think it's a new industry, and I think it's a new time. It's the same industry, but it's a new time in this industry. So business-wise, trying to teach, it was interesting because in the class today, they said the profit margin for a salon is less than 5% profit. It's a low profit business for the amount of work that we put in. Every salon owner puts in a lot of work, and you take it home with you.
Right.
So I think that if we can squeeze 1 or 2 more pennies on the dollar that go into your pocket, it's going to be beneficial. It makes it worthwhile. Yeah. So I'd like to see this business become more like a 15 to 20% profit business. It's going to be a tough challenge, but I'm not going to quit trying.
You definitely utilize social media. You've talked about hairdressing as the original social media business. What's the importance of social media in hairdressing?
Well, I think it's great for getting clients. Yeah, I think it's great for getting clients. It's great for communicating what you do. It's great for showing what you do. You know, whereas chefs really worked on TV programs, I think hairdressers really work on social media. So you can show your cuts, you can show your colors, you can build a base of followers, fans, and also the power to do makeover, even on Facebook Live, for clients to be able to see what you do. It's like having a TV production center. Right at your finger. I wished I had it when I was a young kid. Yeah, and it didn't have it. So today it's a massive piece of communication, and really, it's a great tool.
What do you have to say to people who don't want to participate in social media, stylists?
I think if you don't participate in social media, you better have a really good, strong strategy without it. Because guess what? It's a young industry. Yeah, and everyone needs new clients. So social media is a great way to get new clients.
You've said salon profit doesn't come from services; it comes from retail. Talk about the importance of retail success to someone who didn't get into hairdressing to sell shampoo.
Well, you get into, you know, when you go to work every day and you got a client and the client's booked, she's already paid for the service. She's just not had the physical transaction.
That's true.
So when you think about how you're going to make more money off that client when she walks through the door, at the end of the day, if you can increase your retail, you can actually increase your pay. And as a salon owner, if you can increase your retail, you can increase your total revenue for your salon and create a better revenue stream. Also, as a stylist, if you're not good at selling, then guess what? You're not going to be good at selling anything. Yeah, and at the end of the day, you want to start off at a certain price, you want to build, you want to grow, you want to focus, you got to continually sell yourself so you can raise your price every year.
What are some ways you see hairdressers stand in the way of their own success?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if they stand. I don't know if they stand in the way of their own success. I think that, you know what, one of the things that I would say is I would never say I'm not taking new clients. Yeah, I see a lot of people say no, not taking any more new clients.
I do that. I think I'm going to change that.
Why would you not take new clients? Yeah, make it more expensive. Yeah, try and work smarter, not harder. Yeah, so if you cut out new clients, how are you going to raise your price?
Right.
Yeah,
I
so
had that
that's what
revelation
happened to
today.
me,
Yeah.
you know, so that's something that I've always wondered about, and then I think a lot of people are always thinking that, you know, it's what can they do on their own. I think if you work together as a team, you're far more successful. It's really tough owning a business, and it's really tough being an independent hairdresser.
On Instagram a few days ago, you had a mountain of paperwork on your desk.
It just collapsed.
You had already done 12 clients that day, and now you're 700 miles away in Indianapolis. How do you find work-life balance?
Oh, what is that? There's no such thing as work-life balance for me. It's just called, this is what I do, this is my lifestyle, I work a lot, I've got a lot going on, and it's a lot of fun, and my mountain collapsed when I was leaving to come here. It went all over the place, so now it's in 3 piles.
Oh no.
And we'll see what happens when I get back to work today.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
You know what? That's a good question. I would say believe in your dreams and work towards your dreams. That's what my advice would be. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you can see who you want to be, then you know how you're gonna get there. Yeah. So I'm already now trying to shapeshift my future. Yeah. You know, I mean, this was a great experience. You know, it was a great experience last week, but I'm looking years ahead of what this is going to be.
Always.
And where we're going to be, who's going to be here on stage with me. Yeah.
You said if you're educating yourself, then you don't live in fear. You started your career at 16. Are you still learning?
Completely still learning. I'm completely learning. I'm trying to learn how to be less emotional about some of the bigger things that, I'm trying to worry less. I mean, I got like big responsibilities, and it's a big game, and I do business in New York, and it's a tough place to do business. There's a lot of competition, and you're always kind of striving, but I'm still always learning, and I learn by talking every day to different people like you.
Nick Arrojo, thank you so much for talking with us and taking time out of your schedule.
Hey nerds! Perfect, we love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.